WCCO presents exclusive live coverage of the Target Holidazzle Parade. Come see the night in a whole new light. And now, from outside WCCO television in downtown Minneapolis, here are Amelia Santinello and Frank Vassalero.
Oh, get ready to be dazzled. It is time for the kickoff of the 22nd season of the Target Holidazzle Parade. Good evening, everyone. I'm Amelia Santinello.
Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Vassalero. Wonderful to have you with us. Thousands of families are bundled up here along Nicollet Mall. The floats are in place, and once again, we are excited to broadcast live coverage of this spectacular holiday event. This is the 22nd season, and WCCO-TV has been the media partner since 1993 when we first televised this parade. And following this season, the Downtown Council is going to reimagine Holidazzle for a new type of holiday experience.
And as always, the Grand Marshal for opening night is Bullseye, Target's Bull Terrier mascot. And Chris Schaefer talked with Bullseye earlier tonight from the WCCO rooftop.
Hey guys, it is one of the most wonderful times of the year because I get to hang out with my pooch pal Bullseye. Hey, it's been a year. How you been? Good. Oh, well, I've been well, too. Thank you for asking. Are you excited for the parade tonight? Yeah, I think everybody is so excited. They love how you get the parade kicked off every year. I always ask you what you want for Christmas, but what did you get your relatives for Christmas this year? Those two, huh? Sausages, bacon strips. Well, I can't say that one. That's a secret. Well, we're excited for you to get the parade started. You have a wonderful holiday season. Anything you want to say to the viewers? Happy holidays. Back to you, Frank and Amelia.
Thank you. That Bullseye always so cute. Listen, I hear the crowds.
He's the best.
I hear the crowds going, hurry up.
Okay.
Hurry up.
Well, let's get going. Ladies and gentlemen, with no further delay, here we go. Let us begin the 22nd season of the Target Holidazzle Parade, and they are off.
Do you hear them? Yeah.
And of course, the crowd cheers. Gosh, we're about 8 or 10 deep lined up here. I've seen people lined up here for the last hour getting ready. So this year we will enjoy 13 units and 300 costume characters, all lit from head to toe.
Yeah, more than 300,000 people come downtown every year to see this magical parade. And every year, the crowds seem to get bigger.
Yeah, there's Bullseye, as we mentioned. The Grand Marshal float always leads the parade each year. Target is the opening night title sponsor, so all of the people dressed in costume tonight that you see here are Target team members, and they are volunteering along with their family and friends. And there's the star of the show.
Yes, he is, but there are 12 little stars. I don't know if you saw earlier, just to walk along with the Grand Marshal float. And there's Trumpeteers in the front. Oh, look. Bullseye said hello to the crowd. Now, the Grand Marshal float highlights downtown Minneapolis, and you will see buildings from the Minneapolis skyline. And if you look a little closer, another iconic Minneapolis landmark, the Stone Arch Bridge.
Bullseye's this Grand Marshal tonight, but every night there'll be a different Grand Marshal on the parade. Love Bullseye. Doesn't he look happy up there?
He did. He gave it a little hello, a little bark.
Yeah, it's the 6th year in a row that Bullseye has been the Grand Marshal. He makes special appearances all over the country. This, though, of course, our parade, one of his favorites. He really looks spectacular, all decked out for the holidays, in his traditional red sweater and booties, and, of course, his eye patch. Well done, Bullseye. Congratulations. I can't believe he takes it all in stride like that.
Around.
Thousands of people, and he just checks them all out, and as mellow as can be, they're all waving and screaming at him. How about that?
I think he's amazed by this nice big crowd out here.
I love it.
Now, this is the Pinocchio float, which is presented by Target. This float was actually added to the parade lineup just a few years ago, and it is, as you can see, spectacular. That's not the real Bullseye right there, but there's one. Just like it sitting next to Pinocchio. The enchanting design features the heartwarming story of Pinocchio, the wooden puppet who dreams of one day becoming a real boy.
And that big fish with the movable mouth right in front, of course, is the fish that eats Pinocchio. On top, Pinocchio, as you can see, sits center stage. And then you'll also see a lot of the other characters from the story. You'll see Cricket and Blue Fairy as well, and it's so pretty.
And this float is almost 13 feet high with 30 feet of lights and magic. It's actually one of the widest floats, measuring 12 feet across. And as you saw, you can still see right there, there are 10 children dressed in Pinocchio costumes. So this is a favorite, I know, of kids when they do the Holidazzle, because they can just sit on the float.
It's always nice to sit and wave, and if you can get a ride on the parade, it's one of the best seats in the house. As the kids pass, you'll notice in the back, too, someone's very special. Pinocchio's lovable creator is in the back as well. You'll get a shot here as the parade passes down, and you'll see Geppetto right there in the back coming onto your screen, Pinocchio's creator.
There are 7 parades this year on Fridays and Saturdays between now and December 21st. And coming up right now, it is the Circus Train presented by Ameriprise Financial. And this colorful unit is led by a red locomotive pulling several cars. As it chugs down Nicollet Mall, you will see some of the incredible costumes that are created especially for the parade. We have some mice up there.
Yeah. What's unique is every night a different group gets to dress up and be the cast of characters. They all volunteer, and usually they're sponsors from different corporations or organizations every year that get to fill the train.
And the Circus Train is the one float that holds the most kids, offering 30 different animal costumes. It's also the longest unit in the parade. From beginning to the end, it measures 72 feet.
And you might have noticed the elephants there and the tigers and the hobos are the parents that go ahead and chug alongside of it. There's the cage of the animals in there. The kids have the best time ever getting a shot to ride along in there.
And of course, one other thing about this Circus Train, you can drop off food or you can drop off some cash donations for the Emergency Food Shelf Network. And you can drop those off to volunteers who are walking alongside it. Since 1998, Ameriprise Financial has been sponsoring this food and cash drive to benefit the Emergency Food Shelf Network.
And Ameriprise will match donations up to $20,000 to the run of the parade. So go to the Give page at holidazzle.com to be part of that.
Right there is the Mother Goose float presented by WCCO-80 radio and Buzzin' 102.9. This fairy tale float showcases many of your favorite characters from several familiar nursery rhymes. This float has been in the parade since it started back in 1992, and it is always a crowd favorite with its spectacular lighting and beautifully designed costumes.
Did you see Bo Peep and Little Miss Muppet on the corner there?
There you go.
There they are, absolutely. And if you look closely, you might see Humpty Dumpty as well. Besides all those storybook characters, all the floats in tonight's parade feature original music written especially for the fairy tale theme. Oh,
I love this. 3 Men in the Tub.
You gotta love that.
So great.
Oh, Mother Goose song is a lot of fun on that parade. Oh, did you see the 3 little sheep and the golden goose as well? I just saw the goose. Well, don't go away, everyone. We have much more from the Target Holidazzle Parade coming up right here on WCCO.
Welcome back, everybody, to WCCO Television's live coverage of the 22nd season of the Target Holidazzle Parade.
Yeah, more parade for you right now. Next up, we have the Wizard of Oz characters. Oh, look at, there's Dorothy and Tin Man and Lion. Fantastic. They lead the way for a special float presented by Minneapolis St. Paul Magazine.
The Wizard of Oz float is a favorite for young and old alike, and their costumes are the most requested from volunteers. I think Dorothy may actually be the most requested one.
I like the Lions. A lot of enthusiasm this year. Features the Yellow Brick Road and the Emerald City. Always a big, big favorite. And as you can hear as well, the music that accompanies it is just absolutely perfect as they play the Wizard song.
The Cowardly Lion.
Cowardly, that's a lot of enthusiasm. Tin Man looks great tonight. Chugging along. And it's hard because, you know, he's a little rusty.
Why don't we'll slow down and listen because you might be able to hear the Wizard. Oh, there's the Wicked Witch of the West.
How cool. And of course, everybody, the interesting part of that float, if you get a chance, you might see who is behind that green curtain. You never know. If you don't come down in person, you and your kids will absolutely love it like you do every single one of the floats here as well. Boy, the witch is sure colorful, isn't she, with that
She
green?
is.
Well, here we come now for the Aladdin and the Magic Lamp, presented by U.S. Bank. This fairy tale float debuted in the parade just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it features the enchanting story of a poor boy whose life is forever changed by a magical lamp. And accompanying Aladdin on the float is his lovely princess and his magical genie. Gold and yellow LED lights color the streets as the float just kind of collides by.
They look nice. Hey, here's another Target Holidazzle fun fact for you. Every night of the parade, volunteers from a different group get fitted for all these costumes. It is a huge job. They have to outfit 300 people, but they actually get it done in about 45 minutes right before the parade begins.
Oh boy, you know who they're cheering for? The Snowman Doodlebug. That's what it sounds like. It's presented by the Minnesota Twins.
Yeah, and when he spins around and you see that number 7 in Mauer, that's when the fans cheer, everybody. That is certainly a familiar hometown name here.
Yes, Mauer is all decorated from head to toe in state-of-the-art fiber optic lighting, and the technology is just being used to transform Mauer's lighted exterior from dazzling white to brilliant blue.
And don't forget, the Minnesota Twins are hosting the 2014 All-Star Game at Target Field on July 15th.
Up next on the parade is the choir float. And this is called Sounds of the Season because it features a different choir from the community every parade.
Yeah, we'll get close and we'll be quiet so you can hear them.
Singing, and that they're made up of the Target team members.
What wind chill. They sounded great and enthusiastic. I loved it. Well done. Fantastic job with the choir there. Well, here comes Holiday Lights presented by XL Energy. Oh, it's Nutcracker Doodlebug.
Yes, it's the toy soldier there.
How fantastic. The Nutcracker Doodlebug, all lit up and spinning around, twirling character, always makes an appearance in the parade. Does a fantastic job.
Yeah, he can spin 360 degrees around so that the crowd can see him from all the angles. And that Nutcracker has been part of the parade since the beginning. Several years ago, he got a complete makeover with all new LED light bulbs.
Looks fantastic. The kids love it too, right? When he goes and spins around, they just get such a big kick out of that every time. Every time he comes down and sees him do his little dance right in front.
Well, the original Nutcracker story is a battle between the toy soldiers and an army of mice.
Yeah, that's why you have the 15 kids in mouse costumes along with a few adults as chaperones. Oh, the light bulbs are always such a fun thing. The big Holiday on Parade review. People love being part of this. This is presented by XL Energy. Yeah. Huge inflatable bulbs bring out an innovative, fun kind of look to the parade. Each of them is 8 feet tall and 4 feet wide.
And I think this is one of the more original ones in the parade. The original, I guess you could call it a float. There's a person inside of each of those light bulbs. There are little holes in the front there so that they can just twinkle their way down Nicollet Mall.
Yeah, well, you know, the holes are great because you can't really see where they are, and people just love to bounce around and have a great time doing that. It's always a big crowd pleaser. There's no doubt about that.
Well, we are going to be back in a moment with a live coverage of the Target Holidazzle Parade right here on WCCO.
WCCO-TV's special coverage of the Target Holidazzle Parade.
Yeah, right now we're going to find Chris Schaefer, who is out there somewhere in the crowd, Chris.
Hey, I am joined by Josh with Target. And look, many people have been to the previous 21 Holidazzle parades. If they're coming down this year, what can they expect? That's a little different.
Well, you know what's so great about the Holidazzle is you can come 1 year, 5 years, 10 years, and you're always going to see something new and different. Bullseye's here tonight, which we love. And we'll continue to have different Grand Marshals throughout the whole parade season.
Are you guys having a good time? You excited? All right. Well, we certainly have the weather for it, too. Enjoy it. Josh, thank you. Frank, Amelia, back to you guys.
Thank you, guys.
Chris, thank you. All right, back to the parade. Our next float, as you can see, Hansel and Gretel float, presented by the Star Tribune. It showcases the mean old witch and her colorful candy house.
Yeah, they walk along, dropping their breadcrumbs on the way, while the witch there, as you can see, rides right in the front of the float. Now, the first Holidazzle parade was back in 1992 with 7 floats. Today, Minneapolis is still the only city in the country that features a multi-night parade during the holiday season that is made up of almost all volunteers.
The witch looks a little menacing, doesn't she?
She does.
She certainly gets your attention. There's no doubt about that. And the gingerbread fort. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, coming up after Hansel and Gretel is it's interesting. She's so old school, and our next float is definitely much more of a modern type. Oh, there's all the bears that follow behind. It's so nice, all the storybook characters from Hansel and Gretel. Look how cute.
Yeah. The 3 little pigs.
Weather's not bothering anybody tonight. Everyone in the parade, along the route, very enthusiastic.
Well, those costumes can keep you pretty warm with the lights on them, too. Every float has a nice little theme song, as you can hear when they go by.
How cute are the pigs?
They're adorable.
Yeah. With a big large-in-life costume. Here's the more modern one I was referring to. It's the Twinkle Bus presented by Metro Transit. It features some new lighting design and music this year as well.
And this new version is a hybrid electric bus. Let's listen a little bit. Of multicolored lights.
And it's loud as well. 23,000 LED lights on that. How about that? Pretty cool.
And if you're coming to the parade this year, Metro Transit is offering 2 free ride nights to the parade on Metro Transit buses or the Metro line. That's December 8th and 15th from 4 to 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to the University of Minnesota Marching Band. Nice and loud. They got everyone's attention.
Every night, different marching bands from the Metro area are featured, and as you said, the University of Minnesota featured tonight.
Appreciate them coming by. Boy, they came by in force, didn't they? My goodness.
Oh, here's a favorite.
Yeah, Captain Hook. Incredible float. Looks like a pirate ship from the Peter Pan story. It's 30 feet long and one of the most brightly lit floats of the entire parade.
And you see Captain Hook, of course, and then Peter Pan trying to rescue poor Wendy from the clutches of mean old Hook.
Yeah, it's even brighter this year with these new LED lights on it as well. So, big float. That's the best part of the parade, all the smiles it generates.
Absolutely.
Even Captain Hook's hook is lit. We gotta love it. Every detail they thought of.
Usually we should see the crocodile coming up pretty soon.
You'll never think that he's a pastry cook.
There he is. There's the crocodile.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Sweet, the most wicked man that you'll
Oh, he's
ever
stopping to chomp on some kids.
Scoundrel dirty.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Santa's Workshop float next in line here, presented by Minneapolis Downtown Council, a group of dancing jingle elves in the foreground there in bright red and green costumes. Always lead the way for that colorful float.
Yeah, and the brightly lit presents on there to bring to the children for Christmas. And you know what Santa's Workshop means? It reminds us that jolly old St. Nick will soon be arriving.
Indeed he will.
The 2012 Target Holidazzle is produced by the Minneapolis Downtown Council with the generous support of Target, Ameriprise Financial, Emergency Food Shelf Network, XL Energy, U.S. Bank, Minnesota Twins, Metro Transit, Minneapolis St. Paul Magazine, Star Tribune, WCCO-TV, WCCO-830 Radio, and Buzzin' FM. Also, thanks to the following partners who make Target Holidazzle possible. Visit our Facebook page or Holidazzle.
This is WCCO-TV special coverage of the Target Holidazzle Parade.
Oh, yes, the big moment is almost here.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Santa's about to make his grand entrance for the 22nd season of the parade, and he'll be gone. He'll come up right after the gift float comes by, and when Santa comes up, ladies and gentlemen, you will see he has a dozen lighted snowflakes leading the way here.
Of course, this float is the grandest of them all.
Oh, I think I caught a glimpse. There he is.
He usually gets it a ho, ho, ho. He's saying I was nice this year.
I saw that. He gave you a big wave and pointed right at you. Oh, he looks so happy. You know, it's
He
wonderful.
said, no call for you, Amelia.
He said as busy as he is, Santa always has time to come by the Holidazzle Parade.
And you always have, I don't know if you saw the reindeer right there pulling him, of course, and guided by none other than Rudolph and the 8 reindeer.
It's absolutely the best, no doubt about that. I'm glad you're not on the naughty list.
I behaved this year. We want to remind everybody that, of course, all the parades start at 6:30 on Fridays and Saturdays now through December 21st.
Yeah, they run right down Nicollet Mall from 12th to 4th Street. So if you plan on coming down, folks, be sure to come on down here early. Go shopping, go out to dinner, enjoy all that downtown Minneapolis has to offer. And don't forget, come by and wave to us here at WCCO as well.
As you can see, spectacular. We want to dedicate this year's coverage of the Target Holidazzle Parade to our longtime producer and friend, Lori Finkerell. She was here from the very beginning, and she did a splendid, wonderful job here, and I know this was one of her favorite things to do.
Indeed, and we'll remember Lori fondly and always think of her when this parade comes to town as well. Chris, another successful year. What a great time.
Yeah, the weather was great for this one, Frank and Amelia. And remember, the WCCO fireplace is always going. A nice landmark, and now, of course, we have our new landmark, the Weather Watcher. You can see all up and down Nicollet Mall and 11th Street. Come on out, enjoy these parades. We'll have 7 more this season. And, of course, be sure to tune in tonight to WCCO for our 10 o'clock newscast. We got the sports rally, too, Frank.
Yeah, it's very exciting, Chris, and I bet you wish that fireplace behind you was actually working.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually throwing some heat off.
Oh, Well, there's our new WCCO weather watcher.
I love
Crystal
that.
explained they have, of course, lit a little bit red now because that means that the temperatures are rising, and we will be glad when that happens come Saturday and Sunday.
Does this
here
mean
in
that
the
Chris
Twin
has to
Cities.
sing every time?
No, let's
go to the weather
not
watcher?
go that far.
Okay.
That gives you a good shot of what happened, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this huge crowd that came out tonight with smiles on their faces and their Santa gear. We sure appreciate you watching, and